Shadow X, and I just wanted to say thank you very much for 125 subscribers. Since I started YouTube, it's only been about 3.5 weeks, so I'm very happy I'm very happy to what we have achieved here. Today I'm starting a brand new what if called What If Mei, the 5th Mizukage, adopted Naruto. In this what if, Minato had a sister, and that was Mei Terumi. After Mei hears about the death of her brother and Kushina, she heads to the Hidden Leaf. When Mei arrives, she does a transformation jutsu just before she enters the gates. Then she sees a boy with blonde hair who looks like Minato, who is getting beaten up. So Mei rushes to the kid to protect him. Once Mei arrives at the kid, all the other kids start running, leaving the blonde boy bruised and bloody. So Mei asks, "Are you alright?" And the boy says, "This is usual." But then Mei says, "What's your name?" And the kid responds, "My name is Naruto Uzumaki." Then Mei responds saying, "I am the sister of your father. I'm taking you out of here." Then Mei picks up Naruto and does a transformation jutsu for Naruto. So they do just look like a mother carrying her child. Then Mei and Naruto walk out of the village. The guards stop Mei with Naruto, but they don't know who they are. They say, "Why are you leaving the village?" Then Mei says, "Oh, I'm just going for a stroll with my child. I think it's good he sees the woods." Then the guards let them pass. 30 minutes after this, Mei rushes into the forest, then does a summoning jutsu and summons a hawk. Then Mei jumps onto the hawk, still holding Naruto, and they head for the hidden mist. Once they arrive at the mist, Mei undoes her transformation and heads to the Mizukage's office. Then says to Naruto that she'll be taking care of him, and I'm also the Kage of the mist. 2 years later, Naruto is now 4 and is training with Mei and some Mist, Chunin and Jonin. At this point, Naruto is starting to get used to the sword, and he is also working on water release and fire release. Mei thinks to herself, Naruto might be able to use boil release, because it's my clan's Kekkei Genkai, and he's 50% our clan, so he should be able to use it. Naruto practices for 4 years, and he is now a low tuning level. On Naruto's 8th birthday, Mei goes up to Naruto and says, I want to teach you how to use boil release. And then Naruto says, "Oh, I figured that out already. I just have to use water release in one hand and fire release in the other hand." Then Naruto goes for a few hand signs and says, "Boil release. Poison vapor jutsu." Mei is completely shocked at this, but then Naruto says, "Because of this, can I go to the academy and make some friends?" Then Mei says, "Of course you can, Naruto." So Naruto pulls the mist back into his body and says, "I love you, aunt." So Mei hugs Naruto and says, "Tomorrow you'll start at the academy." The next day, Naruto goes to the academy and meets Suigetsu. Naruto and Suigetsu instantly get along for their love of swords and their dream about becoming one of the 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist. 1 week into the academy, the instructor says, "Okay class, is there anyone that has any jutsus they want to show to the class?" Then Naruto raises his hand, and so does Suigetsu. The instructor says, "Naruto, what do you want to show us?" Then Naruto says, "Well, I just want to show you something part of my clan's Kekkei Genkai." So Naruto goes through 15 hand signs, then says, "Boil release, melting steam." When Naruto does this, all of the furniture in the classroom starts to melt. And then Naruto pulls the steam back into his body and says, "I have a lot more, but I believe this has shown my strength." So the instructor says, "Naruto, good job." Then Suigetsu says, "Naruto, can you grab your sword and cut through me?" Then Naruto says, "Oh, you're going to show that." So Naruto grabs his katana and cuts Suigetsu in half. When the instructor sees this, he says, "Naruto, don't!" But Suigetsu said, "Oh, it's fine. My clan's Kekkei Genkai is literally so we can turn into water, so it's impossible for normal attacks to hit us." Then the instructor says, "So you're both Kekkei Genkai users? This will make this year interesting." Then Naruto says, "My dude, your Kekkei Genkai is amazing." Then Suigetsu says, "I know, bro." Then they bump fists and leave class. 1 year later, Naruto and Suigetsu are training in their Kenjutsu when Mei goes up to Naruto's training ground and says, "Oh, you're both here." Then Mei sees what Naruto and Suigetsu are training. So you're both working on water release and your Kenjutsu at the same time. Then she says, "You're both going to be splendid ninja and brilliant members of the Seven Swordsmen." This makes Naruto and Suigetsu very happy. Then Naruto runs up and hugs Mei and says, "I love you, Aunt." 1 year later, Naruto and Suigetsu are training. Then Mei mentions something else about the Seven Ninja Swordsmen. Then Naruto says, "I think the best blade for me would be Samehada. Mainly because I have the Kyuubi, and Samehada likes large chakra amounts. So I think that would be perfect." But then Naruto also says, "But I'll have to kill Kisame Hoshigaki." Then Mei says, "I know you will be able to. He's a rogue nin after all. So I'll happily let you kill him." In these 10 years, Naruto has started talking to a Kurama, and Kurama still hasn't given Naruto his name, but he gives Naruto chakra when he needs it. On Naruto's 12th birthday, it's also the graduation day for the academy. So Naruto and Suigetsu and his old class have one more test, the Genin exam. In the mist, it's a bit different from the normal Genin exam. You have to kill your whole class. But Naruto asked Mei if he did that he's gonna kill. Then Naruto says to Mei before heading to the academy, he says, "I'm gonna kill everyone else, but I'm not gonna kill Suigetsu because of both of our potentials." Then Mei says, "I knew that's what you would do. I don't want either of you to die, so do not die." So Naruto and Suigetsu arrive at the academy. Then the instructor says, "Alright, begin the massacre." Then clicks his fingers and teleports away. Naruto and Suigetsu, in unison, use water release, water dragon jutsu. This kills a lot of the class. Then Naruto uses lightning staff, twin lightning rods. This shocks all of the people covered in water, but Suigetsu, when seeing this, jumped so he wouldn't be hit. Then Naruto and Suigetsu both grab their swords and start decapitating all of their classmates. When they're finished, the instructor goes up to them and gives them their headband. The next day, Naruto and Suigetsu go to Mei's office and then Mei says, "I'm so proud of you too. You're like sons to me." Then Naruto and Suigetsu say, "Is there any information about the Kiribocho and Samehada?" Then Mei said, I thought you would tell me now." So Mei gave Suigetsu the information about the Kiribocho, the Executioner Blade, and its wielder, Zabuza Momochi. And for Naruto, Samehada and its wielder, Kisame Hoshigaki. Then Naruto said, "Auntie, thank you so much," and goes to give her a hug, and then says, "I love you, Aunt." But after this, Naruto and Suigetsu bolt out of the village, looking for Zabuza Momochi. They both know that Zabuza is a lot weaker than Kisame, so they thought, we'll start with this one and build our strength while we look for Zabuza. They spend 4 months looking for any information, and they find any information for the Kiribocho and its wielder, and they find some information leading to the Land of Waves. Then they head to the Land of Waves, taking only 2 days to arrive. Once they arrive at the Land of Waves, Naruto can sense Zabuza's chakra. "It's demonic," Naruto says. "This is going to be fun." Then immediately, Naruto and Suigetsu rush to the chakra signature, but then they find 3 Leaf Ninja and 1 Leaf Jonin battling with Zabuza Momochi. Then Naruto says, "Under the Mizukage's orders, we're here to kill you, Zabuza." Then Naruto says, "Boil release, poison vapor." Then Naruto throws Suigetsu the antidote and says, "This is an antidote for all of my poisons. It will last 1 week." Then they both rush in with their blades. Then one of the hidden leaf ninja try to tries to rush in, but then Zabuza stops him, then says Kakashi Hatake, or should I say Kakashi of the Sharingan. It looks like my village is after my blade, so we'll have this fight later on when I kill them. Then Naruto goes through 12 hand signs, and then uses Lava Release, Quick Climb Ceiling Jutsu. After seeing this, Kakashi says, "Everyone, we're getting out of here. They're incredibly strong. We're not ready to deal with them." Then Naruto says, "We're only here for Zabuza. We're not here for you, so continue your mission." Then Suigetsu says, "Master Zabuza, I'm here for the Kiribocho, and to kill you, as the tradition has been for centuries." Then Suigetsu cuts off Zabuza's head, and Naruto draws the poison steam back into his body. Then Naruto finds a leaf ninja on the floor. Then Naruto throws another vial over to Kakashi and says, This will nullify the poison in his body." Kakashi nods, picks up the small leaf ninja, and runs away. After this, Naruto says to Suigetsu, "Well, we have one of them." Then Suigetsu says, "Well, I'm happy. We just need to find that other traitor." Then Naruto says, "Let's just head back to the mist, and we need to train some more. We're not strong enough. Even in my foretell state, I will never be able to beat him because he has some harder." On the way back, Naruto is talking with Kurama. Flashback, Naruto has been talking to Kurama for 9 years and says to him, "Can I finally know your name? I hope you trust me enough." Then Kurama says in a deep voice, "Naruto, I trust you enough to tell you my name and give you some of my power. My name is Kurama." Then end of flashback. Naruto says to Kurama in his mind space, How did you think I did today?" Then Kurama says, "You did amazingly, young man." Then Naruto exits his mindscape, and then they head back to the mist with Suigetsu. It takes 2 weeks to arrive at the mist, but Mei is waiting for them at the gate. And when they walk through the gate, she says, "Well done, I see you have the Kiribocho." Then she says, "The tuning exams are coming up, and I'm sending you both to the Leaf to partake in the exams." Then Mei says, "Oh, I'm also going as a Kage representative, considering I am the Kage of the Mist." Then Naruto says, Then Naruto shouts, "Shit! Why is it always the bloody Leaf?" Then Suigetsu explains that they met 4 Leaf Ninja while on the fight with Zabuza. Then Suigetsu says, when they arrived, the Leaf were trying to kill Zabuza because Zabuza was getting in the way of their mission. Then Mei says, "That bloody idiot." Naruto says, "Alright, if there's an exam where we can kill people, can I at least let off some anger?" And Mei says, "Naruto, I view you like a son, and I know your kill count is very high and you hate the Leaf, so I give you permission to kill 10 people at most." Naruto smiles and says, "I love you, Aunt." Then Mei says, "Meet me here in 30 minutes so we can get going." Naruto heads back to his house, grabs his gear and a scroll and his large katana, and a small katana as well. Then Naruto seals the large one in a scroll and says, You'll see blood, poor child." 30 minutes later, they head to the gate, with each one of them having a bag. Once Naruto's arrived, they start heading towards the hidden leaf. 10 days later, in the leaf, when Naruto is stopped at the gate, the guard says, "Your eyes look like that demon fox." Flashback to one day, Naruto's talking to Kurama and says, "I really like the way your eyes look, and I know each tailed beast has their own unique ability, and I know yours is sensory capability. So, can you change my eyes to match yours, so I can have the same ability as you, Kurama?" Then Kurama says, "Okay, Naruto, I will change your eyes." End of flashback. Naruto responds to the guard saying, "Just because I have the eyes of a fox doesn't mean I'm a demon who are really deep and harsh voice. This scares the guard, and then he sees the Mizukage with Suigetsu and says, "Isn't there any more genin from the mist?" The Naruto says, "It's only the two of us. Because in the mist, we have a different graduation exam. We have to kill our whole class." This scares the Chunin at the gate. Then Naruto, Mei, and Suigetsu head to their hotel. After the three leave, the guard writes a note and summons a crow, and sends that crow immediately to the Hokage. The Hokage opens the scroll and reads, "The demon fox has finally come home. Can we kill him? He was with Miss Ninja and he had a Miss Headband." This makes Hiruzen smile, saying, "So he finally found a home, and he's happy for." Then he thinks, "I'm happy for Naruto." The next day, Naruto and Suigetsu head to the first stage of the exam for the tuning exams, and once they enter the building, Naruto says, "Oh, it's the three-leaf ninja who tried to kill Master Zabuza but failed." So Naruto goes up to Sasuke and says, "Did you get to finish your mission after me and Suigetsu killed Master Zabuza?" Then instead of answering, Sasuke activates his Sharingan and tries to punch Naruto, but then Naruto says, "You're too slow." Then Naruto grabs Sasuke's throat and smashes him into the ground, leaving a crater with Sasuke in it. Then Naruto says, "The Sharingan is nothing compared to my eyes. Even Genjutsu does not work on me." Then Naruto and Suigetsu head up to the stairs, and then they see a Chunin doing a Genjutsu, and then Naruto says, "That will never work on us. Don't even try it." Then Naruto releases some bloodlust. This scares the Chunin. Then they both head to the third floor and take the exam, which they both pass easily by not answering any of the questions, because they simply had a nap instead. They're both woken up by Anko, the second proctor, smashing the glass. Then Naruto says, "I like the way you dress." Then everyone looks at Naruto, and Suigetsu says, "I know you like older women, Naruto," and I agree. She is beautiful. Then Anko rushes up to Naruto and tries to punch him, and Naruto simply catches her fist and says, "You're quite weak, aren't you?" This angers Anko, so she uses the striking Shadow Snake. But then Naruto activates his bloodlust and his one-tail state. Well, not his one-tail state, but he grows one full foxtail. Then when Anko sees her, she says, "Wait, you're Naruto Uzumaki." Everyone from the Leaf knows who that kid is. He's the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki who left when he was 2. Then she says, "Where have you been? The Leaf tried to kill you." Then Naruto says, "I was at my true home, the Bloody Mist." Then says to Anko, "How about we make a bet? If I win, you go on a date with me. And if you win, well, let's just say, I know your personality and I know what you like to do in your spare time. You like to torture, considering you are part of the intelligence corps." Then Naruto also says, "My body regenerates incredibly fast, so let me just show you." Naruto summons his small katana out of the scroll and cuts his wrist clean with an inch deep gash in it. Then the Nine-Tails power instantly heals it, leaving a beautiful scar. Anko says, "Alright kid, you've got a deal." Then Naruto says, "Meet me tomorrow, 3 hours before the Forest of Death exam, at the Forest of Death." The next day, Naruto heads to the Forest of Death, which we get to 4 hours early. When they arrive, Naruto grabs the scroll from his windbreaker and opens it. Then Naruto takes off his windbreaker and armored shirt. Then Naruto seals both of them within the scroll. Then Naruto says to Suigetsu, "Mind holding on to this?" When Naruto takes off his shirt, you can see all of the scars. They're covering his body. And Suigetsu says, "Oh yeah, I forgot your body was like that." "I guess our remaining swordsmen of the mist trained you well." And Naruto says, "Oh, they did. It was some rough going though, but it was amazing." Then Naruto heads to a tree base and has a nap for 1 hour. 1 hour later, Naruto wakes up and sees Anko. Then Anko says, "I'm gonna win this bet. I wanna torture you." Then Naruto says, "Yeah, you're gonna lose. So let's fight. But first, let me take off my weights." Naruto does up his trousers. Well, Naruto pulls up his trousers and takes off the weights in each leg. Then holds them up and drops them. This leaves a massive crater into the ground. Anko is shocked. But then Naruto says, let me undo my gravity seal. Anko stutters when Naruto says gravity seal. She says, gravity seal? Oh no. Then Naruto goes through 10 hand signs and says, Uzumaki gravity seal release. 15 seal matrices appear over Naruto's body and unlock them. Then Naruto says, you ready for this? And cracks his neck and knuckle. Then Suigetsu says, begin. In an instant, Naruto is behind Anko, punching her in the back. Then Naruto appears in front of her, and he infuses his hands with chakra. Then Naruto punches her straight into a tree, sending her hundreds of meters away. Then Naruto rushes up to her and says, Lava Style! Quick climb ceiling! This seals Anko completely. Then Naruto says, let me look at your neck. I've got an idea about something. Then Anko tries to resist, but then Naruto removes her cloak and says, Heaven curse mark. I haven't seen one of these in a while. Then Naruto goes through 15 hand signs and says, demonic curse ceiling, release. Then Naruto pulls out a curse mark and says, Suigetsu, throw me an empty scroll, now. So Suigetsu grabs one of the scrolls out of Naruto's bag and throws it to him. Then Naruto opens the scroll, forces the curse mark into it and seals it. Then Naruto ties the scroll up, bites his thumb, and makes a N with blood on the scroll. Then using Uzumaki style, Dimension Seal. This opens a small black hole. Then Naruto throws the scroll in it and says, seal. The black hole dissipates. Then Naruto says, your curse mark is gone. It will no longer affect you. That evil snake Orochimaru has no more control over you. Then Naruto quickly goes behind Anko and grabs her chest. Then Naruto says, I love an old... Then Naruto squeezes her chest. This makes Anko moan a bit. Then Naruto rushes in front of Anko, lifts her head. Then Naruto kisses Anko. Alright, this is where I'm going to end off part 1 of What If May Adopted Naruto. Hope you guys enjoy. There is a like goal for this episode, and that is 15 likes. So if you get to 15 likes, I'll release a new part. Thank you very much. I've been Shadow X. Hope you enjoyed.